Hello, I thought I wanted to share with you a little bit on how I make the medicine rattles. The reason I call them medicine rattles and not shamanic rattles is that you might think that you need to be a shaman to use a medicine rattle, and in my opinion, everyone has ability to be their own shaman, their own healer, their own wise one. And I've used the medicine rattle as a tool for healing and spiritual work for many years, and especially in the years where my son was very ill. It was a great way to open up to spirit and open up to healing, self-healing, and healing from my guides and from spirit and from the divine God, all what you want to call it, the source. And the rattles that I make is always starts with a drum journey for clear direction and guide on the way, the direction that the rattle, or the work that the rattle is going to do. And I have 4 here with me and show them to you. And these are from the collection that I call the spine, and that's with some work where I was guided into myself to work with the spine as the grandfather of the body, as the place where we hold most trauma and stories, history, cellular memory, and energetically memory as well. So I was guided into the spine, and I saw a lot of images, and some of the images I made a drawing, a painting from these meditations and drum journeys. So I started working with a canvas to get all these images down from and out from my inner world into the outer world. And then afterwards I create the rattle, I create everything. I sew them myself from skin, from cow skin mostly, and then I decorate them. And I would say that the most profound thing about these is what's inside, because it's not the same. So you can hear already they have very different sounds. And the reason for that is, of course, the size and the skin, and they have their own personality somehow. They speak to me and they tell me what they want inside as well. So if I have to make a rattle for a customer, then I would tune in to that person and ask for guidance as to what the rattle wants to communicate and help with. Then I brought a little bowl with some different things that it could be. So I have some reindeer moss, I think it's called. It's collected in Iceland, and some sage, and it could be a bone from an animal that I crush, or it could be crystals, or it could be stones that I collected in different places, or coral shells. It could be literally anything. I have a big shelf and box of a lot of things, and I've also tried that sometimes I start out with something and then I always check the rattle afterwards, after I make it, and see whether it has the right communication and the right feeling in my body. So I don't listen so much to the sound, more I take the energy of the rattle into my body, and I feel how that resonates and how that feels in my bones. So so I tried several times where I was finished a rattle and I'd be like, and then it's like, no, this is not it, and it wants me to go and find another stone, and I find and it communicates very clearly like this is the things that you have to put inside. So that's the process of making the medicine rattles, and I make these to order, and you can of course choose the design from what I've made, but they will always be varying, because that's the way I make them. If spirit tells me something, I will always go for what the guides are communicating, because sometimes we just don't know with our conscious, and then we need to open up, and it always turns out to be exactly right. So that's the process, and I'm gonna make another video of how you can use them. You can use them for ceremony and for healing, for singing and contacting spirit, meditation, a lot of things. So I hope this was inspirational for you, and you can always contact me on my Instagram, Suluna or on my email address, sulunasophie@gmail.com. Take care.